So I ended last year with my funded next account, which was phase 2 over 10k account. That account had refused to blow and had also refused to get past. So I was just swinging between max drawdown and the profit target, which was just 4%, but I couldn't get it up there. Then was really running low on cash and needed some way to make money real quick. So I decided to first get a bit off of trading and focus on the other skill that I have, which is software development. I wanted to make some apps and then build up some money, bought some challenges. I'm going to take you through how the things have been going and then also tell you about the plans that are coming up for this channel. So I'm back on YouTube. So this is like the first video that is serious this year. So the things that have been going on is that I've been trading actually, but I haven't been focused on trading. As you can see, here is my Funding Pips dashboard. This is since January. I think I took my first trade on January 7th and it put my balance up at 25,629. That was about a 2.5 hour trade. And I was risking 1% per trade. I wanted to risk 2% per trade, but the thing is I trade Nasdaq and I trade it on 1 minute and I couldn't use 2% because of their margin requirements. So I've been trading, also going back to software, doing trading, going back to software. And over this period of time, I've seen that that is actually a very bad thing to do because I don't push hard on the software side and also I don't push hard on the trading side because the two are incompatible. Because in software, if I'm to build apps, the money I make depends on the volume of apps I produce or even the quality, but more especially on the volume. If I have to maybe develop for clients or build apps that I sell, that means the more apps I build, the more money I make. And that makes me tired. And when I come in the market, it's a completely different story because in the market, the less trades I take, the better results I get. And that can be confusing. So what I want to do, that I want to focus on one thing. That's the new thing that I'm working on. It is really hard for me to focus on one thing, but anyway, I have to do it. So here's the trading that has been going on. Pushed it up, pushed it back down, pushed it up. So right now it's at break even and it's April 9th. As you see on April 7th, actually this date is not quite right because it was yesterday that I took a trade that put me up here from down here. Took one win, which is this one here, and then that's how I got back above break even. So I added another 25k account once this account was at 3% profit. So that's why this is now down 2% because I just copy trade them. So the plan is to now focus full focus on one thing, which will be trading these accounts, and I'll be sharing with you. Then I'll take you through the journal for before the journal. Let's look at March performance. See, it is negative $392, which if I risk 250 per trade, that means March ended in around 1.5 hour negative. So if we go to February, see, February was just almost a break-even month. Then looking at January was $700. Actually, in January, I was mostly focused on trading and I was following all my rules. Here I just decided to first go off a bit and focus on building some software because there was some quick cash that I had to grab. And I did it very well. I don't regret taking the time off of trading, but now we need to get back to trading. So I have a plan. I have about, I have 15 apps that I want to make. and the profit on those apps, there will be small apps, and then the profit on them will be around $1,500. So after that, I plan to get back to food trading. Food trading lock-in means I will be now focused on trading and doing nothing else other than trading. So January was fine, then February was a break-even month, that's just -16. Then March was minus 1.5 R. Then April, here we are, and we are sitting at just -1 R. Not bad. I haven't blown an account this year, and I haven't passed any, so no money made from trading this year. Looking at the journal, say I've taken many trades, actually about 40 of them here. If I was, the last time I was checking through here, and I was like, if I just didn't take some of the trades that were powered and sponsored by emotion, I would actually be up 10 hours. So there are 10 trades in here that were powered by emotion and not strategy. So my focus now is removing those trades that are not part of the strategy, and the way I plan to do that is I have a checklist. I made a checklist. Let me see. Okay, I have it here. Made a checklist of my entire trading strategy, and now I just come and I check off as I trade. So like, there is no way for me to mess it up, because now I have a checklist depending on the process that I follow while looking for trades. I'll go through this trading checklist once I'm done with the next 10 days. Then we'll see. I'll be coming in, I'll make some trading lessons. Yeah, so this is just like a comeback video, announcing my presence back on YouTube and showing you what has been going on. Alright, so in the lock-in period, which is going to be the next 10 days, today is April 9th. I will take from April 9th to April 20th. Then from 20th April upwards, will be focused on trading. That is, of course, unless anything changes, but that's the plan. So I'm going to grind on these 15 apps. There'll be games only. I'll record and document the whole process, although I will not be posting because I won't have the time for that. I won't even be on social media or anything. I'll just be recording. Maybe I'll make a final video after that, and maybe you guys can, I'll even give out the source code for those of you who are programmers and would like to try out some things. So here we are. That's the status. I no longer blow accounts. Yeah, that's like this is I solved. Yeah, the only thing that was left is following the trading plan. So what would happen is, like, I would kind of modify rules in my head. I would create some key levels that are not on the chart, but I would kind of see them. But that got solved with a checklist that I made. So that is it. If you have been a long follower on this channel, that's great. And if you are new and want to continue here, because this channel is now transforming to trading first, then tech will be mixing it in, but not the main focus. So April 10th to April 20th, I'm going to be off. Then April 20th onwards, we are coming back with the trading. So subscribe if you want to follow along this journey. Want to trade up to $1 billion. Seriously, yeah, we're going to make those payouts. See you guys starting on April 20th. I sign out. So from now until April 20th, just be preparing. If you want to trade like the way I trade, I'll also be giving some lessons. Yeah, so that is it. I'll also improve the video. I won't be boring you like I did today. I won't really be boring you anymore. So the quality is going to be that. I want to make some cinematic trading lessons. because no one does that, right? All right, so that is it for today. We'll continue.